Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm laughing because I'm having a hard time talking right now. So I thought, hey, let's do a video when I'm having a hard time talking. I just had a filling on this side of my mouth put in. It was a small cavity and I got the numbing stuff, which maybe I could have done without, but I'm always a little paranoid when I do any kind of dental work, specifically if it's like the drilling or filling or anything like that. So I always ask to get the numbing stuff. And maybe when I listen to this back, I won't sound as bad as I think I do right now, which I sound like literally half my face is frozen. Right here. This stuff right here, the tooth right there, that small little filling didn't take that long to get done. It's just, now I got to wait for this to finally go away. But I wanted to do a recording because I made some progress. Specifically, somebody on the Discord channel for Roslyn said, long story short, that when you get something from type of, it might be a type symbol that's called unbounded. So that's why I'm doing this check here. So I say, if it's an unbound generic type, then I get the original definition. And I want to make this check afterwards because it's possible somebody could pass in now with this new constructor just type of iService, where iService is not generic. So for whatever reason, I'm just like, I'm going to do it this way. And that seemed to clear everything out in terms of errors. So now what I get is code being generated, which isn't right, but it's being generated. So what we need is that to go away and that to be T and T return. And we're also going to need then to have the constraints put in as well. So I also am going to keep that there. Yeah, so now we need this. Ensure that the name of the expectations class is what's referenced everywhere else. And what I mean by that is you'll see, actually let's back this up because that's not what it's doing right now. This is used here, it's used down here, it's used all over the place here. And what we want to do is make sure that whatever, I think this is however this name is being generated, if this is like the flattened name or whatever, that if they're open generics, when you do the bound generic type, then the type arguments are no longer errors. They'll say they're type parameters. And so if we have any type parameters, then we can, and you'll either have a fully open type or a fully closed type. I don't think you can say like T, int. You have to say one or the other. There's something that I'm grinding on my teeth too. Oh, what that is. I told him that when I left. I'm like, it doesn't hurt. It just feels like there's something like I'm chewing on. Whatever. The fun of going to a dentist. Anyway, it is trickling through here. Like here it is. Down here the type is right. And so I think everything should be fine. Well, no. Because if you have a generic here, this I think ends up having to be a cast. Because handler on zeros here is a rock argument of T. Well, you don't know what T is. So we're going to have to make sure that that happens as well. Ensure casting occurs on arguments representing generic values. Yeah. So we need to do that. I think if we do those, that's pretty much it. Okay. So what do we want to do first? Oh, we did this too. We remove those. These two, I don't know if they're actually correct anymore, but I'm gonna take a look at those later. Okay, so when we name the thing, that's not done here. We can close that now. The generator, I think what's generating, and still keep that to do there. And I also need for both creates and makes. Yeah. What the? I am like they missed a piece of like cotton or something. I don't know, but it's kind of driving me nuts. I'm going to eat lunch after this. Okay. Enough talk about my mouth. Mock builder build. Let's go in here. And yes, we are using the flattened named. Okay. Now, the type is a type reference model. So if we go to type reference model, I don't think, well, I know we don't do a couple things. A couple things being we don't do what we do like in method model. What do I mean by that? We don't get the, what are you doing here? What do you want? Absolutely, we're going to do that. Yeah, we don't keep the type arguments around, or there should be constraints here, right? Yes, so we're going to want to reproduce that. So let's grab constraints, because we're going to need those as well. Okay. Default constraints? Probably. That was the other thing I just noticed we needed. Type arguments. Probably more than that, but okay. So then up here, where do we, so we do that. So let's do that over here. Except we don't do, yes, because this is on a method symbol. Where's type parameters? We'd have to also just copy pasta this for a type, no, for a named type symbol. So named type symbol. Does that all fall through? I think it does. I think it does. Okay. It's kind of a disappointing that this doesn't actually derive from what's a name type symbol, but then on the other one, it was definitely on method symbol. So, oh well, can't win them all. Okay, cool. So now that should, oh, we need that to be if type is named type symbol, named type. We'll do that. And then from the method builder, we're going to do the same thing. We just get default constraints is used on a method symbol. I could do it so that you pass in the arrays of the type parameters and the type arguments, but this is fine. It's fine. I named type symbol. Sure. We'll see what horror that lays upon ourselves. Name type, name type. Else. Well, these are equatable, right? And these are structs. Yes, so they would only, if you don't set them, they're just empty. Now, the fully qualified name is what we're using everywhere. In fact, if you may have seen it just here, let's get rid of that, that is, where did it show up here? Mock builder. And so we just assume that flattened name is the thing we want. Okay. But the problem is that flattened name, the way we're getting a flattened name is when we have open generics, which we didn't have before, we want to make sure that now the type arguments are not type parameters. So what we want to say here is if the flattened name dot type arguments is either 0 or you do not have any type kind, which is equal to type kind type parameter, then you can do this. Otherwise, you need to do this. Okay. So I think that would take care of that problem. But then coming back here, this gets carried everywhere. So we want to make sure that this is right. Okay. We're going to want all the constraints here as well. We're going to have to break that up a little bit too as well. So if mock type arguments, which is now our string, length is greater than 0. Well, actually, we're going to do this. Var type arguments is equal to, if mock type has that greater than length 0, we're going to do a string dot. We're going to do, no, this. Otherwise, the default is going to be string dot empty. Okay. And then we're going to throw that into there. Okay. Now, what we want to do here is a string. Well, no, we need the brackets around everything. And we need to say string.join using the separator of a comma, right? Because we want that to be a space. I think that's the, and then we just join on mock type arguments. And there we go. And now we've got that in there. But we're also going to want to get var type constraints, which is length is greater than 0. Then we're going to kind of do the same thing here, though that string.join is not right. So I'm going to break that up. So we got that there, except now we need to put type arguments here because we might have them. Now we need to say if type constraints. Wait a minute. Oh, that goes everywhere. Okay, it was like, why are we not putting that there? That's the fully qualified name. We're just defining it here. Got it. Okay. So type constraints, next is greater than 0. That means we did something. Okay. So what we're going to do is say, writer, well, we got to say 0 there. Right line type constraints. Except we want writer to be indented because then we want the constraints moved over so that they would be with the thing here. Now when we do a method and we emit a method, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Oh, so that's what we do. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Constraints is an immutable array because we had the range. Okay, that's actually then, yeah. Okay, fine. So I'll do that. Now you're really screwed up because you don't know what the heck just happened. We'll grab that here and put that there, and we'll do that. Okay. Now, that would have moved it over, but then we want to put it back. What did we used to have here? I think we can get rid of this. There. And we don't need to do, because that's not being referenced, right? So we cannot do that. So we just do where. And then we go out again. We go back, and then we come in. Which we could do an optimization to say don't do that, and then you do that. You know you're going to be already in, but whatever. That's fine. Okay, so we've got the type constraints. Now, let's see what happens when we run this with this code. So let's do that, and now let's see what happens. Lots of errors. Okay, that's fine. Oh, these are all with parameters, like method parameters, which we wouldn't have in this case. So we're going to take that off. Oh, what? Why are you coming up now? It's an integration test. Shut up. I don't care about you. We got an error. Ah, crap. Well, let's see if we get through here. And in the mock builder, we just did this. So, let's see what happens. Right. Wait. No, I didn't want to. What? Whoa. Holy, oh boy. Did I break the world so badly that which used to work does no longer work? because that should work. Though if I did break the world horribly, then it should actually be easy to fix because it's like something I just did that inadvertently screwed everything up. Yeah, 156 failed. And probably not in a good way. Yeah, they're all failing now. So that's fine. That's actually okay. I did not mean to do that. I wanted to do that actually here, though. Let's run this and see what we messed up on. So we get the methods from the interface. That was actually the fix about doing. Yep. So that's good now. So is this a namespace symbol? We get the constraints. We get the default constraints. That's also good. So we get no constraints. Oh, I didn't set the type arguments, did I? No, I did not. Well, that's not good. So we want to do something like this. Type arguments is also, so if name type arguments like is greater than 0, then we do that. Okay. I don't know if that's actually what we have here. Otherwise, we just do that. We actually wouldn't even need to do this, but whatever. Okay. So let's still put it here. Come back to our test that we were running. And then we probably want, yeah, we already got a breakpoint there. That's good. Okay, so we do this. We get type arguments, which should be 2. Yep, T and T return. Awesome. Let's move on. Why are we coming into this again? Weird. I don't know why that kept coming in. Maybe it's because, when we do the rock attribute generator, because we do this 4 times. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, it's interesting because it's being called 4 times. And arguably, it's like, that's where I'm like, I only want it to be done once. And say, here are all the attributes to look for, and then, do that. I wonder when you pass in the attribute here, that's filtering on that attribute. And then you're saying, never mind, it doesn't matter. Okay, so type arguments will be that TT return, expectations fully qualified name now. Well, oh crap. It's still doing global iService of T return create expectations, which is not what I wanted. I thought when we did, we never came back. Well, we should have, right? That was not correct. Okay, so we have type arguments. We have 2. Do we have any where the type kind is type parameter? And there is one. Oh, wait a minute. I think I have the logic wrong here. Yeah, hold on. If you don't have any type arguments, or you do have some that are that, okay, then we want to just say minimally qualified. We don't want to do the whole of thing. Okay, we know that, I think, is correct. We do that. Now the name, now it's iService of that, which is not what we want. So I think, where did I do that? So here we've determined that you either don't have type arguments or that you have something here. The problem though is that if flattened type name length is equal to 0, yeah, I can restructure that. So actually we want to do this. If the flat name is that, else if the flat name has arguments but they're type parameters. Now we need to do something where we want to return just the name of the type symbol itself. That's all we want. We don't want anything else. Is that enough? I don't know. Let's see. So if we come here, and I'm going to end it after I try this and see where it goes. iService, that's what we want. Okay. We don't have any constraints. We end at. We go through structures, adornments, that. Events, we don't have that. So we should be generating something, right? Correct? Yes, now we are. Okay. And it's looking better. It's looking better. It's probably not still correct, but it's looking better. So let's put that here. and do the cleanup, and then we'll see what else it's saying about what needs to be fixed. Oh, but now the name of the file. Oh, it's encouraging. Yeah, well, we don't. iService TT return recs. Let's see what this says now. Still failing. Actually, 73 errors. Well, you know. Does not implement abstract member expectations verified. Certainly seems to right there. So I'm wondering if maybe this is like too close or something. I don't know. But I'm going to leave that for the next episode. I'm going to take a look at this and see if I can find out what is messed up. Because it's looking better, but it's still not quite not... Mouth. Still quite not there. Not quite there. You know what I mean. We'll pick it up in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.